Good morning. Excuse me. I didn't know that was coming. Yes, Astrid, you're gonna join? Enjoy. It's raining outside, and so it's a little gray in the video, but you gonna sit with me? Oh my goodness. Yesterday was a long day. Today is gonna be a long day too. And tomorrow is gonna be a longer day. I'm really looking forward to this weekend. This weekend, I am resting. I've had bam, bam, bam weeks. And with days interspersed that seem to be days off, but I really get nothing done but rest. Oh, I freshen my soul with the airs of summer, the breeze of life, the breeze of love, the breeze of light. Awaken my breath, my heart, my vision, my soul be peacefully preserved from summer day till summer night. Oh, sacred source of life, you orchestrate the elements in one great symphony of life, the wild, untamed tempest and the quiet showers alike. Within the silence of my soul, I come to a still center of your peace. Teacher of my soul, may the blessing of life be the breath of believing as I trustfully turn to you. Help me to trust the answers that arise as I consider the question of this day. For the unwanted, the disfigured, the wounded ones who go unnoticed in all places of the world, I call upon the companion of comfort of the holy ones to ease their isolation and their pain. Promises are given life by those who act them. May I ever be loyal to the deep commitments of my life. I read this one yesterday. I think I'm on the wrong day. I think I'm going to read a second one because I can. Yes. I illuminate my soul with the gift of sunlight. Ray of love, ray of light, ray of life. Be upon my heart, my brow, my limbs. May my soul be preserved from morning's break till twilight's falling. Hearer of prayers, you know what moves my heart. Before I set forth to accomplish the deeds of this day, I tune my heart to your music. May I learn to trust your constant help. Faithful companion, teacher of my soul, all souls take the way that they best know. Lead me where my soul shall be inspired to seek fresh transformations as I search for the answer to the issues of this day. I dedicate my energies to the benefit of the universe. When enthusiasm wanes, when life seems dull and savorless, may the Holy One send inspirations for the way. As the birds are rising their nestlings and young animals learn the patterns of life through play, I ask for some of that playfulness to enliven my life and bring lightness of the heart to those whom I love. All things living have their rest and ending. May all who are woven into the patterns of predatory vengeance, of terrorism, vendetta, mafia feud be released from the heritage of hatred. Love that. Okay, so today's card is Queen of Heaven. The Queen of Heaven, the Divine Empress of the Skies, acknowledges your feminine authority now. As a man or a woman, you have a life path of spiritual leadership to bring qualities of mercy, compassion, and wisdom into the world. I love that. The Oracle... You're so funny. The Oracle of the Queen of Heaven is a confirmation of your feminine leadership and spiritual authority, whether in a male or female body in this lifetime. Isis means throne in her presence and a blessing as the Divine Empress of Skies. She offers initiates of light, men and women, great feminine spiritual power. The feminine spiritual authority occurs when power is tempered with mercy, wisdom, compassion, and love. It is inspired spiritual leadership through the heart and a model of power and authority that is based in empowerment rather than force or control. Isis, Queen of Heaven, calls you to ascend to the throne of feminine leadership within your own being, that you may fulfill your life mission and serve the divine feminine in this planet from an inner spiritual authority. This oracle is a confirmation to step forward in leadership if you've been considering doing so. It might be a connection with others, especially if you also drew the card of divine sisterhood. But you are also to realize that you are a capable spiritual leader in your own right, as you trust in the divine feminine values within. This new model of power is not about assuming authority over another, but about living your truth with integrity, leading with the authentic example. There's a great power here. No false sense of responsibility for another, which could drain you and create dependency rather than growth in those you seek to empower through your leadership. You are encouraged to contemplate how you might step more fully into your own authority. Often, this requires that we make peace with the authority figures in our lives, past and present, and how we view those relationships, whether it's supportive, truthful, empowering, or disempowering, shaming, or perhaps minimizing or inflating our sense of grandiosity. Healthy relationships with authority figures help us recognize where we can learn and perhaps be mentored by another, where we too can help others learn and grow. Through the eyes of the divine feminine, authority is not a question of hierarchy, with one or more authoritative over another or less authority. It is rather more like a circle of life where we have all different awarenesses, ability, and mastery to share with each other, guiding each other into great wholeness, each of us with our own spiritual responsibility for our growth and our own capacity to help others, and to the degree that we are willing and able. Making peace with authority figures, both past and present, involves pulling back the unconscious projection of our own authority, divinity, and strength upon others, seeing them as belonging to themselves and allowing the other to be more human. I think the thing that I love about this card today is I did a women's circle this week, and it's the first time, it is literally the first time that I can remember in this life that the format for the circle was actually empowering. And that's saying something. I have been in so many groups over the years, and I've run groups, and I can say that I've never run a solid women's group other than maybe a Wiccan group, and that was very, very specifically focused on learning about energy and ritual and how to open circles and how to close circles and how to be neutral in space and how to hold space for each other. But I've never actually attended anything that actually was empowering for all the women there. The world is finally coming into its own. And I feel so grateful that I had that experience, because I know I probably sound like a broken record, but I've been doing so much work for so long with no support, or very little support. I've used the analogy of being the light in the room for a long time. And doing the YouTube videos with daily devotions has been very much sharing the journey that you don't have to do it alone. We can be here for each other. We can work through this together. We don't have to do it alone. And so many people, so many women specifically, are and have been raised in environments where their power has been diminished, stepped on, tromped upon, abused, manipulated. And when a woman wakes up and can acknowledge her power, she is quite strong. And that strength is not about beating down the people next to her. I mean, yes, if she's got trauma, absolutely she could do that. But, oh my goodness, I've done that. I mean, I've been through years and years of therapy trying to work through techniques and reframing and getting that trauma from a place where it gets in my way to a place where it can be useful as a tool to heal, right? Like I heal the trauma, and I've healed so much trauma that now I can use it as a connector to discuss with someone, right? Like to have a connection of commonality, because I know that I am not the only woman with trauma. I'm the only person that lives in my skin suit, and everybody's skin suit experience is different, but women carry a lot of power innately in their organism. There is something about being able to grow another living organism that can be a vessel for consciousness, for a new entity to come into it. We have an amazing capacity to hold authority and leadership. And when we do that, and it's tempered with mercy and wisdom, compassion, grace, peace, it's not about I'm the better woman compared to all the other women that I know. Oh, hello. It's not about being the best woman in the room. It's not about being better than all my women friends, or being more advanced or ahead of someone, or having more gifts or fewer gifts, or having kids or not having kids, or making $1 million or not making $1 million. That has nothing to do with anything. Being a woman at peace, and I talk about this all the time, finding your place of peace. Finding your place of peace, sitting with that place of peace, and connecting in to who you are as a loving spiritual entity, and recognizing what you pull into this realm, into, if you want to talk about it as the matrix or the dream or the illusion of life, I don't care. I don't care what you call it. But to me, here this day, this is a real moment. And to hear this day, you're listening to this, and this is a real moment for you. So let's be in the realness of that moment together. And if we can draw from our place of peace as women or as men, we can draw from that place of connection. And that connection is equality. And that equality is recognizing you are here with me today in your place of peace. Or maybe you're not in a place of peace, wherever you are on the other side of this video, in future time, in past time, it doesn't matter. Being together in the moment and recognizing that you are you, and you are unique, and you are beautiful, you are divine, and you lead by example. I don't remember how many years ago, but I'm remembering one of my guides is telling me about a video I did. And I talked about how you are a leader and you live by example. Your leadership to everybody around you is pulling your place of peace forward. And every time something upsets you, you go back to your place of peace throughout your day, throughout your experiences in life. You go back to your place of peace. This place within you that lets you look out at the world and say, I am valued, I love you, and I can do this from a place of recognition that you are a divine being. You have all the things that matter. You have a piece of the puzzle. You're here for a reason, and it's not random, and you have purpose. And every time you walk through your day, touching and being connected with your place of peace, you show, you demonstrate, you guide with your light all of the people around you to their place of peace, because you honor them without pressure, without expectation, without being higher or lower than anyone else. You're just you, and you're you from your place of peace. I need to find that video. I have so many videos. I don't know where it would be. I was actually looking at my YouTube video. I have like almost 350 videos. Yay! Anyway, the kicker is that we have the capacity, right? We have the capacity to connect with each other, trusting our divine feminine wisdom. And we all have divine feminine wisdom, men and women, just like I think yesterday was the divine masculine. I think it's ironic that they kind of came together. Ironic, kismet, pick what you want. No false sense of responsibility for another, which could drain you and create dependency rather than growth. Those you seek to empower through your leadership. This is the thing. Coming from your place of peace, right? You're just holding on to your peace. You're living in your skin suit in your life, and you're doing your very best to come from a place of non-judgment, peace, ownership of your gifts, ownership of your responsibility in the world. What are your actions, right? And if everybody did that and gave each other the support and power and grace that they can, we would all grow. And going back to this women's circle, I am truly grateful that the exercises that were done and the groups that were there, I've been to a lot of things. I put myself out there. I didn't for 10 years. I didn't put myself anywhere except in front of daily devotions. Every once in a while I'll teach a class, but that's it. Like, I stuck my head in the sand. I completely admit I did. I had a trauma response and I went away because I had to grow. I had to grow back into who I am. I've always been here. I've always been here. I've been here for nearly 50 years. And I was invisible, or it felt like I was invisible. And when I went away and I came back, I knew, and daily devotions was part of that. Like, I knew that I had to slowly do the work in the background, somehow trusting that every action had a ripple effect. And I'm not the only one. There are many, many women that have been working, many women who've been doing the work. I am not alone, and I'm so grateful for all of their work, men and women, to get us to the place where I could go to this women's circle and truly feel for the first time that it was a circle where women were truly being supported and inspired and seen and given from each other. Women hold an amazing power to give to each other of grace and compassion and being seen. And women have an amazing capacity to hold each other up. Generations of women have lost their power because it was taken from, beaten out of them, suppressed in them. I don't want to go into the social history of why that happened. Study history, the answer's there. But we don't have to be that way. And I refuse to allow my sisters and brothers in this world to continue to feel as though they can't shine. I put a blog out there on my webpage recently, and I put it out there for the first time, like really truly out in the world, and I'm trusting that it lands where it needs to, because I wrote that a long time ago because I've been having these visions of these things that I have a very hard time putting into words because they're so big. These visions of big things take all these women and take all these men and take all these people to create. And I know it's coming. I know these big things are coming. I truly believe it. And I know that I'm a part of it, but I am terrified because, and this is my fear, okay? I want to clarify. The big things are wonderful. They're beautiful. My fear is because I have been in spaces that I've shared that, and it's a place where the fear of this big thing that's so beautiful, of what it can do to change things, when people are in trauma, change is fear. And there takes a certain amount of bravery to say when you have visions of things. I look at famous visionaries of the past and I admire their bravery. And I learned a long time ago that this women leadership thing, that we are all leaders for each other, and we show and we demonstrate through living through our place of peace, is what is going to bring this forward. And I have to live this. And doing daily devotionals forces me to live with it. It forces me to pull my wisdom out of my knowingness into verbal communication with other people, and trusting as I send the button out into the ether that it falls to who it needs to at exactly the right time. And we can all do that for each other. And at some point, daily devotions is going to turn into something else, and I know that. Just not today. So if you are in the Bozeman area and you are interested in a women's circle, Wild Wisdom hosts with Molly. I will try to remember to put the link in my YouTube description below. I had an amazing time, and it is literally, out of the hundreds of things that I've done in my life, this is the first time I've actually been to a circle where it was truly safe. I will say that closing ceremony would be useful, but that's me as an energy sensitive, not because there was anything wrong. The opening was amazing. The intention that was set was safe. It was clear. It was well organized, well done, well connected, and the breakout circles were perfect. And I could see each person got something. Each person got validated. Each person was seen. So I encourage you to look it up. It's a good thing. Have a blessed day, my friends, and I will see you tomorrow in prayer. And look, daily devotions woke me up a little bit, as it always does. Have a blessed day.